Hi everybody. So today we are going to do a little routine to help open up the low back, keep your spines moving fluidly, particularly great if you're a desk worker, and also we're all stuck at home a bit more at the moment, so let's get those spines moving. I'm going to start with a roll down, which is literally exactly what it says it is. I want you to bring your feet hip distance apart. Lift your toes and then let your toes settle onto the ground or your mat for one at a time. From this position, you're going to focus on your breathing. The breathing in these exercises is essential because that helps the mobility of your spine. All your ribs attach to your spine and it helps pump the spine, keeping it moving beautifully. So focus on your breath in coming through your nose and your breath out coming through your nose and your mouth. So taking a breath in through your nose, blowing out, let your hair, spine roll down one segment at a time, head first, upper body. If you run out of breath, stop, take a breath in again, and blowing all the way out, coming all the way down to the ground. If you can't reach the ground, that is okay. Bend your knees deeply and bring your hands down to the ground. Stay in this position for as many breaths as you feel comfortable. For me, somewhere between 3 and 6 breaths is nice. So breath in through your nose and sink into that position a little bit more. You can choose to just hang your arms like this if that feels more comfortable. Then take a breath in through your nose. As you're blowing out, unravel one segment at a time. Lower back first, upper back, and bringing your head up last, and roll those shoulders back. And you can repeat that roll down between 3 and 5 times, 3 and 6 times. I won't do all of them. We're just going to move on to the next exercise now. So you're going to breathe in as you blow out, rolling all the way down. Bend your knees deeply, place your hands on the floor, and then just bring your knees down to the floor. Your knees are going to be underneath your hips and your hands underneath your armpits. Please do not shrug your shoulders up or lock the elbows. A little bend in your elbows so the inside of your elbow is pointing at a 45-degree angle, and then your shoulders are relaxed and open, not up here. So draw your shoulders back and away from your ears. Your head is not like this. Your head is not like this. You're bringing your head nicely in line. So you're making a straight line from the tip of your head to the tip of your tailbone. From here, take a breath in through your nose. As you're blowing out, head comes underneath you, looking towards your belly button, and then tuck your tailbone under so you're arching upwards. Breathe in, slowly unravel and come back to just a flat back. Blowing out. And all the way up. As you breathe in, just let that stomach hang, let it all hang out. Feel the air into your belly, and as you blow out, arching back up, and repeat again up to 10 times. Once you've done that, you might feel that you just want to have a little sway and look towards your heel in one direction, and you can go the other way. You can also come back to the middle, and you might decide that you want to rotate in one direction and again the other way. Do what feels good for you. We are all different and all our spines move differently. You might find that you want to do rotations one way and the other way. Whatever feels good to you, you do that. Once you've had a bit of a wiggle around, we're going to come into a child pose. So we're going to lengthen out the low back. Some of you might find this really uncomfortable to do because you have sore knees. So what you can do is pop a bolster or a pillow on the back of your calves between your knees and your thighs and then come back to rest on that where you're comfortable. Some of us might find that actually even that's too much, and in which case we can lie on our backs and stretch out the low back. I will show you that one afterwards. So from here, take a nice deep breath in. As I'm blowing out, I'm going to drop my heels, my bottom back towards my heels. And then for those that feel they can, just walk your fingers forward and bring your head down towards the floor. Go as far as is comfortable for you. Once you've taken a few breaths in and out here, what you can do is bring your hands in line with your opposite knee. So I'm bringing my right hand in line with my left knee and bending my left arm underneath. From here, I'm going to take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to push my bottom on the right back towards my right heel. And what I'm getting is a nice opening on this right hand side of the body. And then from here, you can just swap sides. Now, left hand in line with your right knee, right hand just placed at a 90-degree angle. Breath in. As I'm blowing out, dropping the bottom back towards the left heel. And then coming back up and onto all fours. Now, if you can't do a child's pose because it's uncomfortable on your knees, and again, if you're uncomfortable just on all fours on your knees, you can pop a pillow underneath your knees themselves, so under here. There is an alternative to open up your low back. So you can come onto your back and lie down flat on your back. From this position, you can just straighten out one leg and then take a breath in through your nose. Really fill the belly with air, and as you're blowing out, bring that knee up towards you. This knee is coming up towards my right shoulder, and if I've got uncomfortable knees, I'm going to bring my hands behind my thigh and draw this up slowly. To breathe in as I blow out, and drawing that knee up towards that shoulder and towards the armpit a little. Slowly bring yourself out of that and bring your foot flat onto the floor. Bend up the left knee, straighten out the right leg slowly, and then bringing the left knee up towards your left shoulder. And once you finish this one, again taking between 3 and 6 breaths, pop your foot flat on the floor, bend up your right knee, and then you're going to bring both knees up towards you together. Try and imagine your tailbone resting on the ground as your knees draw up towards your chest or your forehead. And if you feel like you want to just rock side to side, that just helps bring a bit of mobility into your lower back in this position. From here you can then place your feet gently back onto the floor. And then if you shift your hips ever so slightly towards the left, and then let the legs roll, bring your arms out to the side, so like a T, and let your legs gently roll to the right, and turn your head and look over your left, keeping your shoulder on the floor. If you are quite flexible and you don't get much of a stretch through your bottom on this side into your lower back, what you can do is bring your top leg over the top and straighten it out. And then I get a bit more of a rotation there. plant one foot down and then slowly bring yourself out of that position. Shift your hips the other way, slightly to the right, and then let the legs roll to the left. And then looking over the right shoulder, keeping that shoulder on the floor. And again, in this position, taking up to 6 breaths, 10 if you feel you want to. But really think about slowing that breath down, so nice and slow in through your nose. And gently out through your nose and your mouth. And then bringing yourself back to the middle. To get up from this position, roll onto your side. Use your hand to lift you up. And use the wall if you need to, or you can do it from the floor. And slowly bring yourself all the way up to standing. You can do some of those exercises in bed on your back, or you can do it on the floor, whichever way you are comfortable. So that was a nice little routine to get your spine moving. I will show you some other exercises over the course of the weeks, so just watch this space.